Hi, I'm Tara Ratney, and you're watching the Dream Factory Podcast.
Greetings, family. I want to say thank you for everyone that supported Ollie's Comeback, The Untold Story by purchasing a t-shirt prior to the movie coming out. I want to thank everyone that purchased small posters, the little handheld posters. Thank you. The big posters, thank you. And for those that said, hey, when the DVD comes out, I'm going to support you. The DVD is out. So it's your turn. Your turn to support us. Continue to support us. Who's that? Who's that on the end? Oh, it's Ahmad. It's Ahmad. Whose name is that in it? Oh, who's that? Oh, here it is on this. Who's that? Can you make that out? No. You know why? Because you don't have your own copy yet. Because your own copy. So yeah, that's Mark. Yeah. Get your copy. Get your copy. Get your copy today. Check the link below. If you want to do the streaming, do the streaming. Hey, I don't have a DVD player, Mark. You don't need one. Put it in your laptop. Ha! Your desktop, your smart TV. Come on now. Buy one for your library. You're down the street. Get one for a family member. Give one as a gift. Get one so I can autograph it for you. But get it. You gotta get it. It's called Ollie's Comeback, The Untold Story. Get the right one. Do it today. Once you get it, do what I did. Do what we're doing. Post it online, or take a video or a still picture of you with the streaming behind you, and post it on your streaming services, all of them, and tag everybody. It's time to step up. Who's that again? Who's that? Thank you so much. Love you all.
Saying that you would even be thinking anything like that, but I'm talking about people that think because you get to be a certain age, and there's a lot of people that, you know, they decide for themselves, well, I'm 65, I'm just gonna call on in here and just wait it out, you know, something like that, you know, get the walker or whatever it is, and not do. So that's why Les Brown says the richest place in the world is the graveyard, because people die with their dreams.
Yep.
And you can't do that. I'm so pleased. I'm so excited to hear this.
Oh yeah.
So excited.
So that's kind of where my main focus is, because, you know, with what I'm trying to do for the TV series is also lining up with my family history.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, so I want to really dig into that, because I can essentially kill two birds with one stone. I'm doing research for the TV series, but I'm also researching how my family is connected with that, and get more answers in regards to my family. And I really want us to be able to get on the scroll next to my grandfather.
Yeah.
Like, my grandfather is on there. My father wants to be on there. We all need to be on there. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, like, their names are on there. Why is it that our names cannot be on there with them? And the reason is because in that particular section of Oklahoma, there is like these white Choctaw people in charge of it now. And they don't want anything to do with the black side of
The same thing with my Cherokee relatives. But you know what? They're messing with the wrong thing. Because y'all can get out there and do a damn rain dance on their ass.
I'm like, oh no, we about to expose and open some things up, because this is going on too long. And now that I'm not, getting more and more knowledge about it, it's like I'm not gonna sit aside and allow this to continue.
They're gonna get ready. You're gonna have a powwow. Okay.
And my family in Broken Bow is already, they have already have tried.
I can't wait to go. I mean, I'm like, I can't wait to go to the powwow. I'm like, okay, the powwow. Woo! I mean, really, because of anybody that should understand the karma of doing stuff like that. Because see, again, like I said, they done paid Daoud over here. They done paid Daoud over here and let him have a few little crumbs and made him forget about the Trail of Tears. I don't even understand it. I cannot understand it. Made him forget about the smallpox blankets. Made him forget about that. I mean, yeah, made him forget about all that. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why that kind of stuff is going on. Because I lived in Iowa for a while, so we went to the casino. I could not go in the casino because all I could see up on the roof was all this blackness, all this black, just dirty stuff, dirty energy, all that above where, you know, because they were doing wrong, you know, and them casinos that they have. And I'm like, and everybody in there just like zombies in there spending their baby shoe money, and you know, I mean, really. So all of that, that's why you would be doing what you're doing, and I think it's incredible. It's just incredible. And see, because you have a passion for it because it's you. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
You're a blessing.
Art tells me that all the time, so.
Hi, I'm Sheila Davis, and you're watching the Dream Factory podcast.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it.
And we need to speak positivity upon each other. It helps us. You know?
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Speaking to that, especially when you're talking about the energy and especially dealing with black women and the very definitive energy, because me and Art knew, we were like, oh yeah, it's going to be powerful, but it's like, it's on a whole other level. We're looking at each other like, okay, we ready for this? It's like, especially with certain things that have happened with certain people and with celebrities, I'd like to ask all of y'all powerful sisters, what did you personally think of the situation that happened with the latest ruling on the Cosby case that happened recently, with how things shifted, like from whatever perspective?
You last.
Let's go for
We have you first. You're gonna
new people. Let the new people talk. That's right. Let the new people talk.
All right, doctor.
I'm getting ready to go
honestly
get me some more
haven't heard of the
salad.
new ruling, what
Let
the
me
new
get some
ruling
more
is,
salad.
so I would just like to be educated on what the new ruling was. Because I did hear what was going on. I know that he did not get released.
No, he
I did get released.
Well,
Okay, at the time he wasn't going to be released, so he did get released?
Yeah, he did get
Okay.
released.
yeah, because to my understanding, and maybe I can articulate it more, the case that was brought up on him where he was locked up for 2.5 years,
Yes.
it was already a case that had been settled about a decade before, but it was reopened.
2005.
It was reopened to kind of put stuff on him because of all the accusations and allegations that were coming out. But the court had ruled in Pennsylvania that the information and the evidence that was being brought up was not allowed to be submitted.
Okay.
So the information was kind of trumped up for that situation. It wasn't speaking on anything else
Just
of the
a
past
splash.
situations, but it's kind of like this that was brought up and all the brouhaha that had gone on. This can't be brought to court. So now it's like Bill has been released to go home. And some people are like, yeah, that was because of the courts, that's the right thing to do. Other people are like, well, because of what they've heard or allegations
Would you have
before.
it enough?
Oh, sure, yes, no.
Thank you.
Because it's like, this is like it should have happened. So watching this and watching the media, the one thing I was checking was that they're asking this expert, they're asking that expert, but I pretty much have not heard enough from the voices of black women when it came to that. There were white women, black women, and other people who had made allegations about different stuff, but when it comes to those situations, it's like Art and I agree that we don't hear enough of black women's voices. It's like they'll talk to white men, talk to Asian folks, talk to black men, well, I feel so-and-so and so-and-so. And we were like, what do black women have to say about that, especially dealing with a celebrity of Cosby's, of his caliber, of his history, of what he's done with the legacy, and should those type of things be taken into consideration with everything else he's done as a philanthropist and as an artist and with everything else.
And he maintained his innocence the whole time.
He did. He maintained. He personally maintained, and his attorneys have maintained his innocence. But it's like comparing that to other situations, whether you're dealing with Michael Jackson, whether you're dealing with white folks like Harvey Weinstein. How is that being perceived, and how are black women being heard, and how do they feel about everything that's being brought out?
Well,
Okay. Welcome.
when I think about the history of white women and black men, it's not good. White women will scream rape on a black man in a quick minute. So, my take this whole time, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't dig really deep into it, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even want to, because my thing is they always try to attack a African American man who has influence on a community, positive influence on a community, and they are trying to take his title, everything, his accomplishments, and all of this. They're trying to take it from him. I don't believe any of that, and I only don't believe it because of how I look at history and everything they've done to our people, our community, the Native American community. How dare you? You know, how dare you? That's how I feel about it. How dare you? I don't even care. I don't care. I don't think it's true. I don't think none of that. Even if it's true, I mean, we wasn't there, and it was so long ago, it's so far removed. But I feel like their biggest concern is to bring down a black man. That's what I feel like that's what their aim is for. It ain't about these women, it ain't about their voices, it ain't about none of that. All they're targeting is this black man and his name and what he stands for. So I'm not with it. Sorry, just not.
Well,
I'm sorry.
no, very passionate. I love it. I agree with you in the sense, you know, as we have just evolved as men and women, you know, in all over the world, in the States, in the United States. I'm Nigerian. I don't know if you know that, but I come from a Nigerian heritage, and I know that personally, I don't want to be personal. I know we are speaking on the topic, but I did unfortunately marry someone of a Caucasian race, but he did not love me for me. And I found out recently through my uncle, they did an investigation that his family didn't love me. They didn't love who I was. They didn't treat my children the way they should be treated because I spoke up about something. They didn't believe me about it. And in retrospect to what we're speaking about, you know, Dr. Bill Cosby, you know, people will do anything for money. They'll do anything to bring you down. White, black, Asian, anyone. But especially Caucasians, our history. It doesn't matter if the Asian hate crimes, anything. You know, I'm not going to just pinpoint any race at this time. But anyone will do anything for money. They will do anything. It's of the devil. It's evil. We don't want to categorize anybody, but anyone will do anything for money. That's just plain and simple. They'll do anything. You know, he say, she say. They're going to do it. If they have to, they'll go to any extent. So.
Well, to me, when I look at our history as African Americans and being a more mature person, I look at, and I'll say this all the time, the consistent and concerted and effective effort to dismantle our family structure. So, you know, when you look at everything from, you know, the Civil War, where they had black soldiers that fought so that maybe then they would be able to be considered people. That didn't work. Then when they went to World War I and II, come back home, the summer of 1819, they lynched so many soldiers. Okay, that one. Then one then when they came home from World War II, they redlined communities so that the black GIs couldn't get the houses, which is the reason why when you drive through Mount Perrin, or you drive through Druid Hills, or you drive through any of these communities, all those $1 million homes, they were able to get those $1 million homes that they are now able to go down here and purchase these $700,000 and $800,000 homes because their parents were given that money when they came back from the military. When they came back from the war. So I'm going someplace with this. So anyway, they were able to get that. So then, and still at that time, our African American marriage rate was well over 50% or higher. So we were doing family, we were doing amazing, and growing. And so then when Dr. King came along and that movement came along, then we did, in the 70s, we made such a great stride in terms of our finances and education and all of that. We made such a stride that they looked up and they said, wait a minute now, we know the numbers are shrinking, but these people have just done everything. So they made a concerted effort to get rid of Malcolm X, get rid of Martin Luther King, and then also what they did was that they put the freeways through our community. And so the freeways, like I had a business on Auburn Avenue a few years ago because I thought, well, let me try to put the Pamper Parlor on Auburn Avenue. Well, my sisters wasn't wanting to come to Auburn Avenue because it wasn't in Buckhead. So we have been really, really taught that everything is better in their community now. So anyway, and bringing that up to when I lived in Oakland, California, I know when they brought in the crack. Because I was living in Oakland, I had a little business at that point. And it got so bad, that crack got so bad that people were calling me up in the middle of the night asking me did I have $10 because they couldn't find their key. They were doing anything to get that crack. And it's so addictive that they had to look for something to separate women from their children. They hadn't had nothing else to do that. Nothing else would do that, but this crack did. And so it was so dangerous, it got to be so dangerous that's when I married and moved to Iowa to meditate, to become a meditator. So I'm just kind of bringing you up to date, which I'm going to get to my point. I remember, and I was doing Oakland Ensemble Theater, and I was also doing the first ever. That's when they started non-traditional casting. Like anybody can go and be any role now.
Right.
But I mean, if you can get it. So anyway, at that point, we worked with Teatro de la Esperanza, Berkeley Shakespeare Festival, and also Oakland Ensemble Theater. So that was the Black, the Shakespeare, and the Latino theater together. And so we were all excited moving forward and all of that. And then they brought the crack. I'm just saying that. And I did a lot of little plays. I don't know if y'all know Ed Bullins, but those kind of people, Ishmael Reed, those kind of folks. Those are my friends. Those are my friends. That's who I worked with in the very beginning. And that's the ones who told me I was a good actress. I was like, well, how do we, I didn't really get into the technique as much as until I started really studying with Victor. But anyway, I just doing it, So anyway, I'm getting back around. I was one of Bill Cosby's movies that I was supposed to do, and I missed the call. They called me, but like they just keep on going if you don't get the phone call. So I had little pictures over there. I thought it was over. So the thing is that what I say about any of this, when you go into this industry, you got to decide, I'm going to do this or I'm not. And so I had a very strong father who was like, baby, when you go down there, they're going to want you to take your top off. Not me. I mean, I was quite sheltered. All this talking I'm doing now, I was quite sheltered. That's why I'm at this age, just now really getting my sea legs. So I was sheltered. I was like, we lived in the country. I was like, they're going to want me to do what? Take my top off. Oh, Lord, have mercy. So when I went to California, and every place I would go, I didn't have no idea that I was cute. I mean, I just really didn't. No, but girl, no. I mean, my dad was like, you better get you some knowledge. You better turn into a doctor. You better do with it. So I'm like, hey, girl, I better be studying. I'm just doing my stuff. And so anyway, and I always wanted to be in the creative field, but it was like, no, you get this done, and then whatever you want to do, I will have done my job.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that we as a community are having, that we don't have that kind of backup for our girls, for our boys either, so we don't have the respect for each other.
Hi, I'm Ellen Ratney, and you're watching the Dream Factory podcast.
Getting to this Mr. Cosby business, when you know you going in the industry and somebody got some pills and drugs and you want that role, so they need to cut the shit out, because they was happy with whatever it was.
Yes.
They was happy to do it, and Daoud done got paid over here, and now he got to go dig them up and tell them to go against him because he was trying to buy a TV station.
he was trying
And he gave should nobody be mad at him if they gave Spelman $20 million.
Wow.
And Spelman is the name of Rockefeller's daughter or granddaughter, somebody. So I mean, I'm like, come on, girls.
Yes.
Girls. And the man 80 something.
Exactly.
You know what? But you know what I'm happy about? The ancestors with him, because he didn't die in there. I was worried he was gonna die.
God is good.
I was worried
All
he
the
was gonna
praise.
die, and that's why I'm saying. See, right now we are sitting on such sacred ground, so that's why you hurry up and run right on down to Oklahoma and take care of your business, because you got all the energy that you need to get that done. You got all the energy that you need, because you need to go down there, and you don't even have to have no kind of. You don't need no gun. You don't need no knife. Nothing. They probably are gonna fall out in front of you, literally fall right out, dead or something. You know, because see, that's a power that the feminine energy has, and that's why they don't want us to be able to speak or talk. So I do appreciate you by saying that. But as far as I'm concerned about it, I was every day I was saying, I hope he's okay in there, because I know he ain't. You know, I don't know. Can Camille bring some decent food in? Because you know, are they mistreating him, or what are they doing in there? That would be, so I do believe that most of us, and see, you can't even say this, like, you see what happened to dear Felicia Rashad? She just went to Howard, she spoke out against him, now they're ready to fire her.
Wow.
Now, and you know what, and see, that's what I'm saying, we don't have enough. Oh, one big part I forgot, huge, when they brought in the crack, then the 3 strikes you're out is what happened. So that ruined our family structure, so that we didn't have men. Now, who you want to look at is Claudine. That was Diane Carroll and James Earl Jones movies, and I used that in my English classes at the artists. That's why they came and fired me. But anyway, I'm waiting at the door for me one day. So anyway, but James Earl Claudine, that's a good example of what happened. And also Daniel Moynihan made a prediction back in the 50s or something like that, 40s or one of them, that black folks wouldn't have anything by 2000. And Revlon did the same thing, was saying they were going to own the beauty industry, because I'm constantly telling these young people, Koreans was not where we went to go shopping. We got our press and curls and our braids and things like that at the little shop. And also the salon only became the beauty salon when the NAACP, when you joined the NAACP, you had to send your address to someplace else, because you get lynched. So they had the salon. So the salon was basically what we're doing now, is a salon. That's a discussion, like a little intimate discussion. So we're at the salon. So, okay, fine, we're going to braid a little hair, press a little hair, we're going to do that, because we got to make some money.
Therapeutic.
And then, exactly. And then that's when Madam Walker came along and started doing that to help us make money. And it's still an industry that we're marginalized in, and there are still more millionaires like these young girls that I'm talking about in the industry. That's why I got these licenses, because I was like, wait a minute, now I got these degrees. This ain't where the money is. The money is in the hair and the nails and the stuff. The money in that, or it's doing something else. But see, I know firsthand when I was in LA, thinking that I was going to try to break in the industry. I mean, I never could go anywhere without some sexual or drug requirement. And I was like, well, you know what? I think I'm going to sit over here and sell these pharmaceuticals, and I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. It was like a prerequisite, because, see, they didn't have AIDS yet. They didn't have no STDs yet, so they was just buck wild. I mean, literally, really. I mean, every place I would go, they had a hot tub going, and had, I'm like, really? For real? You know, no thank you, I don't think so. And so, anyway, all of that is why I'm saying whatever Mr. Cosby did, and then Hugh Hefner had the children up there doing child molestation.
Wow, yes.
All of that stuff was going on at that time, you know, so I don't even know why. Why don't you go after everybody else that's probably dead by now anyway? He got good genes because he lasted through that. You know, I mean, I think. So anyway, that's my take on it, is that they wasted up time and money and ruined up the family. And see, the other part about it, no, they killed his son.
Well, yes,
His son
exactly.
found dead on Mulholland Drive. Yes, I mean, he done been through it.